Hey guys, so today's video is going to be kind of like a first impressions video, but instead of doing a first impression on just one product, I'm going to be doing first impressions on probably about 5 or 6 different products that I got from my last haul that I uploaded, which I will link down below. I kind of wanted to do something a little different. Instead of focusing on one thing, I wanted to focus on a bunch of things and show y'all what I think about them when I apply them to my face. So let's just go ahead and jump right into the video. So I'm just going to start off by pulling my hair up and out of my face. And the first thing we will be using is this e.l.f. Beautifully Bare Foundation Serum, and this is in Fair Light. I picked this up from Walmart, and I've never heard anyone talking about this, so I kind of wanted to get it for that reason. And it's a serum, so it's not going to be as thick of a foundation, so I'm curious about the coverage, staying power, all that jazz. So we're gonna figure all that out today. Now, the claims of this foundation do say, it says it creates a flawless natural look with this lightweight vitamin infused foundation used to help gently mask imperfections while promoting radiant, healthy looking skin. So there's really nothing about coverage, and this does have SPF 25 in it, which is great since your sunscreen's already in the foundation. So right here on the back of the little foundation pump, I see that it says apply 15 minutes before sun exposure, reapply at least every 2 hours. So I wonder if they're saying that because of the sunscreen, or if the staying power like sucks and they know it, so they're telling you to reapply it every 2 hours. I'm not too sure, but today I will be using my Real Techniques buffing brush to buff this into my face. First thing I'm noticing when I was pumping it out, it is very liquidy. Like, it's like water, and I shook it up to kind of get it all mixed together, and it went all over my leg. So I'm not too sure. There's not very much pigment in what I was able to squeeze out, but now I gotta wipe all this off my leg. Okay, now that I cleaned it all off, we're gonna try this one more time. So I'm going to pump it out, and it is very liquidy. So I'm going to try and apply this. Yeah, I don't like this. I don't like this at all. It's not a foundation. It's foundation serum claim. It's not that. I mean, this was so oily, and I can show you a little bit when I squirt it out right here. See how it just dribbles? And then once you do get it out, it completely runs. Now, it has color to it, but when I was applying it to my face, I mean, it is very oily. Very oily. There's no coverage. There's nothing to it. I mean, it's so oily. So if you have oily skin, I would stay away. I mean, there's nothing to this. This is doing nothing for my skin. So I'm not going to try this out. I mean, that was horrible as it was. So we're going to pick something else to do today. Okay, so instead of the e.l.f. one, we're going to try out this Rimmel London Match Perfection 24-Hour Moisture Pore Blurring Effect Foundation. And this has SPF of 20, and I am in 101 Classic Ivory. I also just bought this, so I have not used this yet, so it will still be a first impression. I just can't believe that e.l.f. one was so, like, crappy. I mean, I have their glass foundation that they have, and I love that one, but that was horrible. I don't know what that was. But we are just going to apply some of this on the back of our hand, and it doesn't have a pump, which I don't like because I love pumps. So this is just like a little pour one, which sucks, but I can get used to it. So right away, this is definitely more like a foundation consistency. It's not at nearly anywhere as runny as that e.l.f. one was. So we're just going to buff this all over our face. So right away when applying this, I kind of feel like the foundation is sitting on my skin instead of soaking and absorbing into my skin. I'm going to give it a little bit and let it kind of settle in while I blend everything else out. So after blending it all out, it did give coverage to my skin. It did kind of blur out my redness and everything like that, but I am very glowy from that foundation. So it says nothing really about glow, although it does say 24-hour moisture, so I guess the hydrating part of that foundation is playing off with my skin, and the moisturizer I did apply before this, but it does give me glow. The only thing I can notice is right around my nose right here at the tip, the foundation is kind of not wanting to adhere to my skin. I feel like it's kind of just sitting right on top of my little peach fuzz on my nose, which is not a good thing. And I am noticing right around the sides of my nose right here that it is getting a little bit cakey with just that one application of the foundation. Other than those things, it's claims saying that it blurs and smooths. I have expression lines in my forehead. Those will always be there. I don't know why. But as far as like the pores go, it definitely looks good without using a primer. So I am pleased with that. But as far as like the moisture and everything goes, the glow is nice. I just don't like how it is sitting around my nose right here, which I can live with that, but maybe it'll fix it a little bit when we do set it with powder. A little Yorkie is barking in the background. She sees somebody outside, so she just has to bark at everything. Paisley. So this is the Rimmel Match Perfection 2-in-1 Concealer and Highlighter, and this is in 125 Fair. I'm going to apply this under my eyes, my chin, a little bit on my nose, and my forehead. I'm almost out of this, and this does have a brush applicator, which I do like for this concealer.
Now with that same rotating brush, we're just going to blend all of that out.
So now after we did the concealer and the foundation, I'm going to go in with this new Maybelline Superstay Better Skin Transforming Powder, and this is in 20 Classic Ivory. This is new, and I absolutely love, hands down, their foundation and concealer from the Better Skin line. It is probably like my holy grail setup from the drugstore. And to set my my whole face, we'll set it. I'm gonna use my Morphe E1 kind of huge, outrageously huge powder brush. So this powder, I do notice it has kind of like a hint of coverage to it. So it's not like completely translucent or anything. That's why it is in like creamy ivory or classic ivory. But I do like the coverage that it does give off. So if you have more of like a sheer BB cream or something like that that you're wearing, you can use this powder and get some more coverage out of it. But I do like how it set my face. It gave it kind of like a nice flat look, but it also did keep the glowiness coming through, which I do like. Now I only used it one dab on one side, one dab on the other side, so I didn't use very much at all, but I do like this. It is kind of like a finely milled pressed powder, very soft and very creamy. So after that, we are going to go in with this e.l.f. Beautifully Bare blush, and this is in Rose Royalty. I already teared it open. Now it says this is a cream to powder blush. I really hope this is not like that Serum foundation, because that is gonna be very surprising. I love e.l.f. and I love their products, so to have two bad ones back to back would be very surprising. But it's a cream to powder blush. It says blend the lightweight and sheer color on the cheeks for a natural looking finish, infused with arganol and vitamin E for hydration. So we're just gonna see. This is a pretty color though, and the packaging is like so chic and cute. The packaging is like really classy. It's their new e.l.f. packaging. It has a mirrored kind of top, and then on the back it shows the color. So it's really pretty, kind of rose, but like kind of like a muted rose. It's not so like bam in your face. I'm going to take my Real Techniques little stippling brush, and we're gonna stipple this on the apple of our cheeks back.
Okay.
I can't even, there's like hardly, I'm rubbing it in there and there's like hardly anything coming off, but I see some color on my cheek. There we go. I see something. Okay, so I got a little bit of color on there. I didn't want too much, but I do like the color payoff of this. Gives a nice kind of flush look to the skin without having too much blush on. Unless you love that, then girl, pile it on, go right ahead. But I just want a little bit today just kind of get some oomph to the skin, but I definitely like the way that it looks. And the cream to powder is a different kind of effect. I've never had a blush that does that, so it's kind of cool. It gives you something to work with, and it's a cream and powder at the same time. And next thing we're gonna be trying out is the Milani Bronzer XL All Over Glow. I still have to take the packaging off. I don't think I did. Oh, I did. And this is in shade 01 Bronze Glow. It just says sweet bronzer left side, all over face and body to create instant radiance, then lightly to shimmer powder, which is on the right side for added glow. Ooh, so I actually picked this up because I think it's Beauty Broadcast, or Emily is her name. She was totally raving about this, so I picked it up because she was raving about it, so I figured I would try it. So we're gonna give this one a go today. And I'm going to be using my Morphe E4 kind of angled contour brush. We're gonna be bronzing up the skin. And I'm going to mix both sides in so I get some shimmer and also some of the darker color. So right away, I can definitely notice the really pretty bronze sheen that it gives your skin, which I really do like. I do have a bronzy glow now, and it's definitely not something I would contour with unless I was just going to use the matte side, but that one is a little too dark for my skin tone. But I do like how it gives a nice kind of bronzy glow and just livens up your skin. And next thing we are going to do is fill in the brows. I'm going to do that real fast. I'll do that off camera because it's brows, it's boring, and this is just some little e.l.f. eyebrow lifter and filler pencil. So I'm going to do this and I'll be right back. Okay, now that I got my brows filled in, we are going to move on to highlighter, and this is also not anything new. We only have one new thing left to try, and it is a lipstick, but I will be highlighting with the Mary Luminizer today. Absolutely freaking love this highlight. I bought this off of Haute Look for like $14, maybe $15 or something like that. I don't really like Haute Look that much. I mean, I like the price that they give on the makeup, but the shipping after the prices is just outrageous. But I'm going to be using my Morphe M510 brush.
That highlight is just beyond gorgeous.
So after we have made our face look like a glazed donut, we are going to move on to eyes. And I'm going to do something kind of simple today since this was more focused on first impression products. But I guess this could be considered first impression since I haven't used it yet. This is the Voss X Lauralee palette. And I'm going to be using that on my eyeballs today. And we're going to go for kind of something simple, except I'm not too sure what I want to do yet. But first shade we're going to go into is this kind of orangey shade called Press Pot right here, and I want to blend that all over the crease. I'm going to zoom y'all in, and to blend all that out I'll be taking my Morphe M504 blending brush. So now we're going in with something a little smaller. This is my Morphe M505. I'm going to go probably into Britches, and this is more of like a muted kind of tan brown, and I'm going to apply that more into the crease now instead of all over. And now we're going to go in with Mama Bird, and this is right next to Press Pot, and we're going to use that shade and kind of deepen up the outer V and a little on the crease. And we're going to be using the Morphe M433 brush for this. And now to go on the lid, we're going to take the shade Lauralee, which is this really pretty kind of shimmery champagne pink color, and we're going to pack that on for tons of color. And now I'm going to go back in with that same Mama Bird color and this pencil brush by Morphe and deepen that crease up. I want a little more kind of dimension and color. And we're going to take that same brush again that we just used in the crease with Mama Bird, and we're going to use that underneath our lower lash line. We're going to take this MAC 234 SE brush in that same Lauralee shade, except we're going to mix it with a little bit of this matte white basic and highlight the inner corner and brow bone. Okay, now to finish off the eyes, I'm going to take this Maybelline Lasting Drama Waterproof Gel Pencil, and this is in soft nude. I'm testing this out because I used this once or twice and it made my waterline look really weird. I don't know if it was too light for my skin or if it just was too creamy. I'm not too sure, but I'm trying out some more just to see what I think about it. And afterwards for mascara, we'll be using the Great Lash by Maybelline, and this is the Lots of Lashes. It's a little heart-shaped wand. I absolutely love this mascara. And now the last new product we'll be trying out is the Katy Perry and Covergirl. These are the Katy Cat Matte Lipsticks, and this is in Sphinx. This is a really pretty kind of matte nude shade, and I wanted to try this out because it's matte and it's like that total color that everybody's loving. So very creamy formula, very easy to apply. It doesn't get attached to any dry spots you have on your lips, so it's very creamy there. Okay, so applied the lipstick, and I do have to say I'm a huge fan of this lipstick. Very creamy. Doesn't feel drying. It feels almost moisturizing the lips, and I absolutely do love this color. So that was it. That was all the products. The thing I hated the most was definitely that e.l.f. thing. That was horrible all around. But I do have to say I'm a huge fan of everything else. I love that Maybelline powder so far. I love the lipstick. I love the foundation. Eyeshadows are amazing. But I will link all the products, everything, and write them down in the description box and all that jazz, and the brushes and all that, so make sure to check there. If you don't already, follow me on Instagram. I will also have that link down below. And if you're not already, please subscribe before you leave, and I will see you guys later. Bye, guys.